Plus on the SportsMax zone, exciting days they say ahead for regional football fans. Notice we didn't say fans in Jamaica, we said regional football fans. With the return of the Jamaica Premier League, the 49th season of top flight football in Jamaica, but correctly, the third season of the JPL kicks off October 23. 2 new teams have entered the fray, so the total number to face the starter will be 14 teams. Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse will go head-to-head in the pre-season Boom El Clasico. That's on October 17, Heroes Day. And joining us to talk about this game, talk some more, he was here last week, is the CEO of Professional Football Jamaica Limited, PFJL, Owen. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Good. All right, so let's talk Boom El Clasico now and talk JPL broadly because, well, today's what? Today's Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3 days. Heading into the Boom El Clasico, what can you report about the organizational readiness for this huge pre-season clash?
Well, I'll tell you that we're ready. I'll tell you that the teams are excited to go. I mean, they're chomping at the bits ultimately. They want to play in this pre-season friendly, if you want to call it that, because one, it gives them an opportunity to run out, but they also get some cash prize at the end of it, and playing at the jungle, ultimately, Arnett Waterhouse, this is always a big clash. So I think under the lights, it's going to be fantastic, and it gives us a nice precursor to what is considered the JPL.
Yeah, in terms of I know that your sponsor, your title sponsor, will have a lot of activations around the game, but from an organizer's perspective, someone coming down and thinking, well, here's a big holiday, so are we just going to get just one match football alone? What else is there in the package for me as a fan? And say if I want to come down early, is there anything to experience?
For sure. I mean, we've started off, we partnered with the Masters and Celebrities team. So ultimately we'll be having 3 games of, 3 games in the day. 2 exhibition games preceding the actual game, and that Masters and Celebrities game that we're looking at, we start with St. George's College Old Boys versus Christian Ambassadors, which is the Belzade Memorial. So that it's not just a random game, it's a game of some kind of quality and importance, especially with the whole situation, sad passing of Chris Sadie. But we'll have that game, and then we'll have a Masters and Celebrities game. Hopefully you'll be playing in that game.
Lance is in that game, right? Lance is in that game.
He's been
Lance is in that game.
Yes, so we'll have that game just sandwiched between and then the Boom El Clasico. So you find that, a nice packed day of activities, and it's not just Waterhouse versus Arnett. You'll have an entire family event, and wherever you are, you should be there because it's going to be fun.
I went to an event, was it last week? And I met a couple of coaches and, of course, people involved in football, and they actually invited me without knowing that. And they were telling me about all the excitement that comes up with this matchup. I want you to talk to us, though, about the quality of football that I would be able to witness if I came to Arnett.
Well, definitely the quality is immense. I mean, these are 2 of the top teams in the country. And when you think about what they represent, this is a rivalry beyond just Boom El Clasico. We've just packaged it in such a way that it gives fans a nice opportunity to see good football early in the season. So Waterhouse has always been a really top quality team. They play the ball on the surface. They try to, play total football, as they call it. And they have good coaches that help to excite fans. Arnett Gardens has always been that quality team where you have players who will electrify the crowd, and I think it's no different. I mean, I saw Kimani Arbon yesterday, and he's one of the fan favorites down by Arnett, and they have a quality team. So when they play in that space, I mean, the fans will come out definitely. And when I tell you that the atmosphere will be just right for good quality football, and the surface, I think, helps.
And how can we get tickets? Is it a ticket event? How can I come to the game?
Well, you can come by coming to the game and purchasing tickets. Ultimately, we're having tickets at the gate. I mean, we want to ensure that there's good quality control in the venue, and ensure that every single patron, once you're a part of the event, once you experience it, it's easy enough. So we have good management, good crowd control. We've stacked up on our security because we know people are sometimes afraid of coming into the space, but I mean, this is a space that everybody should be coming, George. And when I tell you that I think people are excited. When we talk to the people in the community, they want to see more of this going into the season.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing I'll say, the Women Classic, we're going to talk about the Premier League broadly now, is this. I'm talking to the coaches and the management of the two teams, Waterhouse and Arnett. Wouldn't it be great if the clubs kept half of the purse and split 500,000 among the players? I think that would be good. I'd love if the players could get the whole million to share up, yeah? But I know that the clubs need to take care of administration as well. This has nothing to do with PFJL or any sponsor. No. This is the winning team. Just bust up $500,000 for the youths. No problem. Yeah, the euros there.
Well, I tell you, I mean, they're excited, and like I said, Boom would have ensured that it's gonna be a player's dream, because you're getting high quality gear, you're getting purse money, and you're just getting this nice atmosphere to play football, to show what you do best.
And the SportsMax platform.
And the SportsMax platform, I must tell you that.
Yeah.
So you're broadcasting live, and I think they'll be happy about that. And I mean, top quality broadcast, top quality game, top quality football field.
Yeah.
I think you're in for a treat.
Yeah, all right. So here we go now. Last evening when we were at the launch of the Premier League together in New Kingston, I mentioned to the audience there that this was the first time in the history of football in Jamaica, top flight football in Jamaica, that 3 teams from Clarendon, those of you outside Jamaica, Clarendon is central-ish in terms of the geographic spread of the island. This is the first time Clarendon will be represented in the Premier League by 3 teams. They'll have Chapelton Maroons FC. They are the new boys joining Humberland and Veer. Previously, we've had Galaxy with Hazard, or we've had Hazard at Sporting Central Academy, but we've never had 3 Clarendon teams before. It's a measure of how national the Premier League is gone. Obviously, the teams from the capital, Kingston, St. Andrew, would have dominated the top flight over time, dominating the winners board as well. But we're seeing an expansion that can only please you as CEO of the PFJL. The league becoming more national, more people wanting to have a stake or a share, even an emotional investment in a team near to them. It can only be good for the football.
For certain, and I think you've prefaced it very well. In moving with the mandate of FIFA, you want to ensure that geographic spread is happening across the length and breadth of every parish, every country, every nation that plays football. So having more teams in the top flight represented across the country is always great. I mean, you mentioned that Kingston and St. Andrew would have dominated, and that's probably just a testament to how strong of an organization that exists in CASAFA. But it also speaks to the fact that other associations are stepping up. So we have 3 now in Clarendon, we have 2 in St. James, and then we have that 1 in St. Ann. But ultimately it shows where there's improvement across the associations, and the teams ultimately benefit. You know, you get a chance to play at the national level, you get exposure at the very highest level, and I think the players are excited about playing in the league.
Yeah, and you know, these create opportunities, because I have to speak from, you know, coming from Trinidad and Tobago, there aren't as much opportunities where our football is concerned, and you know, the PFJL of course creates.
You guys can come over, man, that's fine.
Okay, maybe we can have an inter-country tournament.
For sure, I mean, that's a good idea. We're looking at opportunities, but again, if we have the top quality football here, if you guys are from Trinidad, I mean, it was mentioned last night that we have a couple St. Lucians in our country. We have Grenadians.
We have a Haitian at Portmore.
We have a Haitian. So we are a global league, if you want to call it that. Wherever you are, we have a quality football tournament.
And it's not, you're not wrong. When he says we have a global league, viewers, he's
right.
correct, because there was a time not so long ago, remember when Duki was at Mount Pleasant?
Certainly.
We had a Brazilian striker.
Certainly.
We had a Colombian goalkeeper. Reno once had an Ecuadorian midfielder. We've had Bahamians, of course, Little Clint Fleur, the left back who played with Montego Bay United and won the title with them. So Jamaica has had foreigners over time, and Grenadian Anthony Modeste, the Portmore United captain who played so very well for them, arguably the best player in Jamaica at the time that he was at Portmore. So it's been like that. The thing is this, when you look at the format of the league, I said last night again, Owen, I'm a fan of the playoffs. Mariah, remember when we were doing the coverage last year, and the top teams, people were talking about Waterhouse and Dunderhole and Arnett Gardens. Nobody was talking about Harbourview. Then Harbourview came and won the whole thing. Are you staying with that format where you have a league format and then you cream off the top 6 or the top 8 and playoffs? Is that what we're going to get this year?
For sure. I mean, it speaks volumes to the type of league that we have. I mean, we've localized it ultimately to ensure that we get the best bang for our buck. We've had the discussions with our stakeholders ultimately, and I think even the clubs, they like it.
Right.
It gives you an opportunity to look forward to something at the end of it. I mean, nobody likes a league when it feels like there's a one horse or a two horse race.
Like the JPL.
It just runs away, and nobody really likes that. So having this kind of hybrid approach where, you know, players look forward to playing consistent games over a period of time, and then now during that playoff stage you get a real opportunity to, you know, get a chance of the big title. I think it works well for every stakeholder at play.
Yeah.
The centralized venues. People complain about the centralized venues, but I like it. And people complained about the games being played at UWI. I can understand the complaint to the extent that, Mariah, there aren't fans allowed at the time when the JPL was doing
COVID.
the games there because of COVID. But
Right.
I can say that the players, and we talked to the players, as you know, the
Yeah.
players loved playing at UE, especially because they were certain of what they were getting from the surface.
The quality.
Good surface equals good football.
Yeah.
Certainly.
So you're centralizing the venues once again this year. How many venues are you using? And what's the plan to eventually go back to the communities, provided the field is good?
Well, as you mentioned, I mean, we're using a hybrid approach. And that hybrid approach allows for about 6 or 7 centralized venues that you'll have good quality football being played. Again, we've considered all the stakeholders at play. So broadcast quality is important,
Yeah.
ensuring that the pitch is good enough for the kind of football that you want. And the players are also considered. So just about 6, you're talking about Stadium East, you're talking about Catherine Hall, you're talking about Drax Hall, you're talking about Tony Spalding.
Yes.
And Sabina Park,
Yes,
obviously.
yes.
That's where we like to be.
Yes.
And these are central venues. But we're looking to also incorporate the clubs. So a Westbow Park is also considered. A Wembley Centre of Excellence,
Yes.
a UWI.
Yes.
Places where football will be played because we have 7 games
Yes.
being played every match week.
Yes.
Yes.
So what we're looking at is a good strategy, good mix to ensure that every single club gets an opportunity to play at home, what is considered home, but you also play at central venues where we're able to maximize.
Right.
Excellent, excellent. All right, and a lot of evening matches for people after work to go and enjoy.
Certainly, I mean, we try to incorporate again the stakeholders. So when we think about it, people want to feel comfortable watching a game. So after you leave work, after you leave school, wherever you are, you're able to comfortably come and, you know, watch a game. So we'll be facilitating that as much as possible. So a lot of the games will be centered around just about evening into night.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Mariah, gone are those days when Lance and myself had to do I won't call the name of the venue, 12 o'clock game at a venue where the field is 73% weed, 10% dirt.
Was I
and
here
everything.
then?
Yeah, no, you
I want to
weren't
know if
here.
I heard them complain.
No.
10% grass and the
Gone
football.
are those
The football
days.
is awful.
Gone are those
Gone
days.
are those days. All right, Owen,
They
thank you very
can't
much.
now.
So, Mariah, before we go, you can't go like that. Who
do I have
will
to
win?
do?
Who will win the Boomel Clasico? Who are you picking?
I don't know.
Waterhouse or Arnett?
Which one?
Work with one.
Who
Give us one.
bother?
Arnett.
Arnett. She obviously Arnett. She obviously Arnett. She obviously
That sound like a red and black issue. That sound like she's right. Who bother? That sound like a red and black issue. You know?
Arnett. All right.
boy.
We take our leave. We break time. Back with more on the SportsMax after this.